Welcome to Coconut Grove Sailing Club's Wednesday night racing. It's August the 3rd, 2016, and we have winds out of the east at about 4 knots and 40 seconds to go before the start. The course is windward leeward, and we favored the buoy end of the starting line just a little bit to ease congestion over here, because a lot of people have the habit of starting here whether it's favored or not, and it can cause big traffic jams and collisions. So with 17 seconds to go, I like this boat. What they're doing, they're up on the line, they're heading for the favored end. Watch it.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Wait, don't, wait, you just wrapped the line.
1.
All clear. Don't put the port engine in gear. You snag the line. Okay, it looks like the Blue Boat probably got the best start, and they are they got a safe leeward ahead of everybody, but Air America is sailing a little faster, a little higher than them. And it looks like the Blue Boat just kind of took off. I don't know what they were doing, but they were kind of going slow there, almost in danger of being rolled by Air America. And 6109 Igon is tacking over. They were getting a little bad air from Air America, so they should clear their air. And the Blue Boat is now moving really well, and I would think about tacking soon, because you don't want to go all the way to the corners of the course. It limits your ability to play future shifts, and it's unsafe. Alright, so Mad Dog, who won that start, tacked over to port, and they got some really good speed there. I like the way their weight is placed. I like the way the sails are trimmed for these conditions. They are looking good. Air America's behind them, and I don't know, they look like maybe the main's over trimmed and the jib needs to come in a little bit. And maybe they need to get a little weight low for just a moment. Alright, so Mad Dog's got 2 crew members to leeward, helmsman to windward. They appear to be going faster than any other boat out here. Notice how the upper batten on the main is parallel to the boom. That's good. They don't look strapped. And they've got some more pressure filling in over here.
Air America is stalled right now. They have stopped.
Yeah, with more pressure you get a little lift, and you see how they shift their weight to windward as the pressure fills in, and they're getting lifted. Good job. Oh, there's the weather mark, and Mad Dog is leading by a mile. Many races are won at the start, and this is no exception. They got off to a good start. They tacked at just the right time to consolidate their leading position. They sailed into some higher pressure and blasted off. Here comes Air America. They're trying to decide where the ley line is, and it looked like there was a little current setting Mad Dog that way on your screen. So when you see that, you want to overlay just a little bit, but I think Air America's going too far.
A little bit too far.
But you're going too far.
Tack.
Tack! Now they're so far ahead of the next boat behind them that they're not in too much danger of giving up places by overlaying, but still you have to be careful about that. So Air America is going to round second. And here we go with our spinnaker set. Nice. All right. Here comes the next boat. It looked like they're having a little trouble laying, but they'll probably do it. There's more pressure on the way. I don't know if you can see this, but there's darker spots here, which should hit them right about now. And when you get more pressure, it allows you to point just a little higher because your apparent wind goes aft. There they go. All right. Nice. Nice. Oh, trim it. There you go. Nice set. Here we are at the finish, and Mad Dog is going to take the honors.
I mean, that's not bad right there. Back a little bit, but...
Followed by Air America, Ryan, and Obi.
3, 2, 1.
Here we are at the start of race number 2. And we've had some more boats join us. We have, let's see, 4, 5, 6 boats. 1 retired. And the winds have lightened up a little bit. We have 45 seconds to go. And so when it gets lighter, it's more important to stay very close to the starting line. And I would stay on the line. With 30 seconds to go, I like the way they're on the line, but oh no, don't sail down below the line. Stay right up on the line. And keep it moving fast. I believe that the buoy end down there is favored still.
15.
And we have a bit of a traffic jam developing here.
9.
And Dom's Cadillac is the windward boat. They need to stay clear. This boat shouldn't have gone down. There's the start. Oh, clear! And I think that number 75 won the start. They're on the favored end, pretty close to the line, going pretty fast. Air America is kind of protesting Dom's Cadillac, and because they didn't stay clear. Now, you have to leave room and opportunity for the windward boat to stay clear up until the starting gun. But they didn't look like they were trying very hard. And Mad Dog got stuck in the second tier. So they're going to split tacks with everybody and hope to go find some more pressure over on the other side of the course. And the moment that this boat gets in a little more pressure, I think they should tack and consolidate their lead, because most of the fleet is now on the other tack. You see these boats are all going the other way. You don't want to go be that lone wolf over there. You want to tack. You want to get the heck over there right now. Don't keep going, because you're not covering, and most races are lost by not covering. Now, they may be continuing along this course because they are in a little bit of a lift. But I would be very careful splitting with the rest of the fleet because their lead could evaporate in seconds if the wind shifts to the right just a little bit. And it has been shifting through about 15 degrees today. So it's dangerous to let these other boats go over here. Now, they are in more pressure right now compared to the boats to the right. You see how the boats to the right are in that glassier water. They're standing up straighter. They're not heeling. They don't seem to be moving. And so 75 is now tacked. Good job. Now you just want to keep that boat moving. And we see a little more pressure filling in over here. Looks like there's more pressure to the left. So actually I think 75 is going to luck out and do just fine. Well, we're positioned about halfway up the beat, and look at this. Mad Dog has just blasted off. They found their own private breeze. They got more breeze over there, and just took off compared to the rest of the fleet. And the boat, who I believe won the start but didn't cover, now they're dead last because they didn't cover. They got on the wrong side of the ship. The wind went to the right. It filled in from the right. We have more pressure over here, and for some reason it's just not reaching 75 back there. So it's too bad, but didn't cover. Well, here we are at the weather mark, and Mad Dog gonna round first by a mile. And what they did, I thought had the worst start, but they ended up going in the right direction. Now, who could have predicted the wind was going to go to the right? Maybe they saw pressure. Maybe they were just forced over there because they were in the second tier, just doing terribly.
I think they were forced over there. It's definitely the best thing to do if you're buried deep in the start. Get out of there.
Yeah, just get out of there. Just get the heck over on the other side. And they found more pressure. They kept that boat moving. They didn't pinch. They didn't get greedy. They just kept that thing moving.
All the way to leeward, sails really loose.
And they killed them. And poor old number 75, who I thought won the start. I don't know where they went, but
they disappeared.
They disappeared into thin air. What the heck happened? Did they go into the Twilight Zone? Sheesh. So anyway, oh, there they are. They're back there. They're just practicing Spinnaker stuff now, I guess. But so now Air America will probably round second, and they're doing a really good job of keeping that boat moving, keeping the weight placement right. You notice how the two crew are squinched up forward and they're down to leeward. And the helmsman is sitting forward as far as he can on the windward side. And you know, the great thing about that is the helmsman can see the pressure ahead and plan for it. So these people that sail on the leeward side of the boat, I'm sorry, I just don't think it's the right way. Now, ooh, they just kind of ground to a halt there. They got a knock, and look at this. The other boat, the black boat here, is coming in on higher pressure, and they're going to round second, it looks like. Now, if I was Air America, I would start footing. I would get moving and try and tack in front of them with a safe leeward, but I don't think there's enough time to do that. So today, boat speed paid off, keeping that boat moving and going for the pressure. And yeah, there may have been a little luck for Mad Dog going over to the right side and catching that higher pressure. But that's all part of the game. Well, here we are at the finish. And look at this crew on Mad Dog loafing back there. What? You got a Barca Lounger on there or something?
Want to give a shout out to Alyssa?
Yeah, okay.
Dedicate this one to you.
All right. Let's give him the bump. Good job. That was almost a Horizon job, by the way. And y'all had the worst start.
That wasn't that bad.
All right. Well, here we are with the next set of boats finishing, and it's a photo finish. Let's see who's gonna get it. Air America gets second. 3423 is third.
Come on.
Here we are at the start of race number 3. And winds have died down a little bit. We're gonna actually start the race and move the weather mark in. There's about 45 seconds to go. Now in these really, really light winds, you always want to be up on the line. You see how Air America is just cruising the line. 38 seconds to go. That's where you want to be. Because if you get too far down to leeward, like 3423, you can just kiss it goodbye. Because it's very hard to get back up to windward.
20.
So Air America is perfect. He's ahead and to leeward of everybody.
15.
And I would just head right for that. I would just head right for that mark if I was Air America.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, clear! And Mad Dog tried to port tack the fleet, but they just didn't quite have the wind angle. But it looks like they're gonna do just fine. They found a hole between Air America and the next boat and snuck on through. Now Air America's got to be careful. Don't get trapped over there alone, because they could have happened what happened last time, which was 75 had the perfect start, just like they did. And everybody else tacked and went right, and guess what? They caught more pressure, and 75 went from first to last. So, Air America, please, please, think about tacking now. Don't keep going. And Mad Dog, as usual, is keeping that boat moving really fast. Alright, so Air America's decided to tack. I think they waited too long because there's a big glassy hole over here, whereas Mad Dog is moving nicely. And there seems to be more pressure over here. So, to me, it looks like, you know, it's between Mad Dog and Air America, and it all depends on where the wind goes. If you look up ahead, there's a lot of pressure right here down the center of the course, but there are wind holes way to the right and holes to the left. So, well, we'll see what happens. Well, because we're losing wind and sunlight, we reposition the mark to leeward about 150 yards so that we could get this race done a little quicker. And Air America has remained in good pressure. They've kept that boat moving. They got a little bit of a left shift, so they have maintained their lead, and they're probably going to round first. The Mad Dog was going faster than all these other boats, but they got on the wrong side of this left shift. So they will probably round second, or maybe number 75. We'll see. So Air America is going to round first. Notice how their weight, crew weights to leeward and forward. The helmsman is sitting as far forward as he can with his tiller extension out all the way. The main's got big scallops in it. But you know what? Those ugly scallops are fast. They produce a fuller sail, which gives you a little more power in these light winds.
He's barely moving the tiller too, right?
Yes, and look how they're executing this tack very carefully.
Anytime that rudder moves in the water, it's a brake.
Yeah, that rudder is a big giant speed brake, so always try and use your weight to turn the boat in a tack first, and then just kind of finish it off with your rudder movements. Now we're running out of sunlight. It's 7:20, so this will probably have to be the last race if we want to get in before dark. Notice how everybody's moving very easily, very kind of like ballerinas. That's the way to do it. But ooh, get your main out. Here come the rest of the fleet, and the wind out here is really patchy. You see where it's glassy over here? Those are big wind holes. There's good steady wind over here to the left, and we're in a little zone of pressure here. You can tell because of these wavelets. And so you have to look at that when setting up your ley lines, because the more pressure you have, the higher you can head, because more pressure creates apparent wind that's a little more aft. And so some of these boats, in normal winds, you could tack right there and lay, no problem. But in these lighter winds, you may not make it. Like this boat on starboard probably will not lay the mark.
Also, you gotta keep in effect the current too, right? 'Cause the current
Exactly.
goes down the course.
Right.
So we're gonna sit on a tack. We want to make sure that our centerboard's pointed straight into the current, right? And
Yeah.
not horizontal to it. So it doesn't have the most, the current doesn't have the most impact on your centerboard. It's not pushing you
Yes.
down.
And notice how Mad Dog, they got that boat heeled over. They look relatively faster than any other boat out here.
Right now, all the boats on starboard tack are just getting pushed down the course.
Yeah.
Versus the boats on port tack, which are, making their way up.
Yeah.
Just because of the current.
Yeah, exactly. And we just got a left shift that, you see how these guys are lifted on them? So, gotta always sail that boat on the lifted tack. All right, so they're gonna get into this new zone of pressure over here before they tack. And I'm noticing these other boats, like 75 may not make this mark. So it's probably good to overlay just a little bit, because when you tack in these light winds, you can lose 2 boat lengths easily. So you want to judge that ley line just right. So here they go, coming over, tacking. Oh yeah, nice smooth tack. They overlaid a little bit, but that's good. You want to come in hot, and you don't want to have to tack again, because in light winds, tacking these boats, you lose 2 boat lengths.